Hello, lovely people. Welcome to our weekly reading for the 28th of October. I hope you're all well. I hope you've had a great week. And I hope you're looking forward to seeing what the cards have to tell us this week. Let's have a look and see, shall we? Okay. So we have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups. And we have the King of Cups. Okay. So we have two court cards here, which are, we're looking at either people that are having an influence in your life right now, or aspects of yourself. And we also have a minor arcana card here, which is the Ten of Pentacles. So, so tens really are the completion. They are the completion of a journey. Everything is kind of over and done with, and actually ready to start again. And if we look at the suit, we're looking at pentacles, all these beautiful pentacles. And pentacles are very much about stability. They're about finance, career, house, all of those things that we need to, to make us feel safe. Very much about our base chakra. And so this card here is telling me that you have reached the end of your journey, and it's kind of it's maybe look at what you have achieved. So the card is, and of course, when you've reached the end of your journey, it does mean that it's time to start again. The journey really is a cycle. So you've reached the end of a cycle, and it's the beginning of a new cycle. The Ten of Pentacles itself represents kind of like a legacy, a sort of an inheritance, and material wealth. And it does signify a happy ending to a long-term project or goal. It can also indicate financial stability and security, because we're looking here at the Ten of Pentacles. So this card suggests that you have worked really hard to achieve your goals, and that you are now reaping the rewards. So it's a real card of abundance and prosperity. And but alongside of that, this card also highlights the value of family, and kind of like family and tradition. So it's sort of maybe a time to look at, are you truly, what are you leaving the world? Are you leaving it in a better place? Are you, leaving it in a better place than when you found it? Have you contributed something to make it a better place for anybody, for yourself, or for anybody? It's very much about cultivating your personal legacy. And that can include, a personal legacy for future generations, or it could be, cultivating a talent that will positively impact the world. Or simply what is exemplifying what is best for you. Now, I think this is kind of interesting in a way, because it can be, when you think about leaving your, what legacy are you leaving behind? It's easy to look at famous people, for instance, and think of the legacies that they've left behind, of the impact that they've made on the world, and I'm just going to think in terms of the better people, really, the people that we will look back and, and remember, or when they've died, we remember them. So, for instance, if you think about, let's say, Freddie Mercury, for instance, he's absolutely left his mark on music. I mean, he's only one of the people, Freddie Mercury, David Bowie, whatever, but it's Freddie Mercury I'm thinking of because, I keep coming across his famous songs and things. And, the joy that their music continues to give people, that it just lives on and on. But I'm not talking just about him. I'm talking about Buddy Holly. I'm talking about, Frank Sinatra or thousands of people. But these are the big things that we might kind of think about. It might be the first things we sort of think about. And we might sort of feel, oh, but I'm just little old me, or what am I leaving behind, or who's going to remember me, or what will they remember me for? And I would say that with this card, it's a little bit like a reminder not to underestimate yourself and not to underestimate the impact you have on other people. And because very often you won't know the impact that you've made on other people, especially if you've made a really good impact. People don't always think to tell you how fabulous you are. People don't always think to say, oh, you made my life a wonderful place to live in, or a wonderful place to be. We can be quick to criticize. We're not always as quick to praise. And in fairness, people don't always know how to accept praise. But I'm speaking from the point of view that, if somebody has made a real difference to your world in a very positive way, tell them that. Let them know. And because whatever difference they have made in your world will stay with you and will also impact other people around you, because you will have lived your life in that positive way from that positive impact. And so I think that's really important. There's been occasionally somebody might have said to me, you said something to me one day and I've never forgotten it. And I'd be thinking, oh gosh, what did I say? And they said, oh, you said whatever it was. And sometimes I've said, gosh, I don't even remember saying that. And they'll say, well, I remember you saying that. And that made such a difference to me. And that made me look at something differently or do something differently. So that can be your legacy. That if you've made a difference to even one person's life, there's your legacy. And if you live your world, your life, according to your best abilities, then that's your legacy to those around you. So just don't underestimate the impact that you have on other people. That's really kind of what I want to say with this card. So it's kind of this, what this card is doing, it suggests that you place your focus on your family or your community, and that you kind of reconnect with loved ones if you need to. It's very much a card about releasing pettiness and squabbles. It's about forgiving past slights. Now, because every human being we know has a mixture of good and bad. Nobody is 100% good or nobody's 100% bad. But however, again, don't confuse this with forgiveness, in the sense that forgiveness doesn't always mean that you need to hang out and have a coffee with that person. It just means that if you can forgive somebody, it means that you can go forward with that, without that burden around your neck, that you're releasing that burden. But it might also be a card to look at and think, well, I've fallen out with that person, and how important is that person to me? And if you feel that person is really, really important to you, then, what do you need to do and let go of? What do you need to release in order to reconnect? And it could well be a case where that person maybe doesn't mean that much to you either, and therefore maybe that relationship was toxic and it's best to walk away. But forgive that person that you feel has slighted you, so that you're walking away a free person, that you've dropped that bundle of burden that you've been carrying around. So the 10 of Pentacles is very much assures you that what you invest in your, how you invest your energy, or what you invest your energy in now, will create results well into the future. So be careful what you're investing in. And by that I mean emotionally as well. Be careful what you're doing now, because it will create results into the future. But generally speaking, your life is becoming more secure, and the 10 Pentacles is very much about the long game, and the 10 of Pentacles is reminding you to keep an eye on the long game and to be patient. Now, we've got quite a lot of emotion going on in here for this week's, which is quite interesting. So you have the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups represents intuition and emotional intelligence. And this Queen is very caring, very compassionate, and very guided by her feelings and emotions. So we're looking at nurturing, somebody that's empathetic and takes care of the emotional needs of those around them. So when this card appears, it suggests that you need to focus on your emotional and intuitive side and embrace your compassionate nature. So it's kind of reflecting a little bit back here, isn't it? These two cards. And this Queen of Cups is quite different to our Queen of Swords, if you remember from last week, because she, she's not the, emotions isn't her thing. I mean, for sure, she has emotions, but she's dwells much more on the intellect, really. Whereas this Queen is very sensitive, and this Queen is reminding you that sensitivity is something that actually makes us strong and not weak. So she's reminding you that feelings allow us to express joy and excitement and love. And the Queen of Cups is reminding us to be grateful for our feelings, even when they cause us pain. And let's face it, feelings can cause us pain, and they do. But they are what give our life complexity and colour and dimension. So, a dull or boring life can reveal its kind of complexity if you open yourself to feeling it instead of being kind of really detached from it. So it's kind of interesting that we had last week the Queen of Swords, which was pretty much about detachment, but sometimes you do need to be detached in order to get a job done. And this Queen is now kind of reminding you that sort of say, well, your job is done, or certainly an aspect of your job is done, and now it's okay to, go back into how you feel about it. We're often told not to be so sensitive, and that it's almost like as if, feelings make us weak, and we're told to toughen up. And, certainly in my day, in the olden days, boys were very much told to toughen up, which was very, very hard on boys, I think. And, but for many girls as well, and myself included, I've often been accused of being too sensitive. And, I grew up with a parent that, the mantra was, oh, your problem is you're far too sensitive. So I grew up believing that to be sensitive was a problem, that there was something wrong with being sensitive. And it's taken me a good many decades really to recognize that that my feelings matter. They do. My feelings matter. And but many people avoid feeling because it might hurt, and I get that too. I understand that. However, this really is just fear chiming in again. And fear robs us of experience that could be that could potentially bring us so much joy. But we're just too afraid to go there. And I know quite a few people like that can be, you have to really persuade them to have a good time. And then when they're persuaded to have that good time, they're having the best time of anybody. But it's kind of hard work to get them there. So, and really, it is fear that stops them from wanting to embrace that kind of joy. So the Queen of Cups is reminding you it reminds you to acknowledge and to celebrate all your rites of passage. So that would be your achievements, your self-improvements. And it's very much a reminder to honour your feelings and to remember that your feelings give your life meaning and awareness and a colourful vibrancy. So don't make your life like a race from one achievement to the next without processing it on an emotional level. And then, of course, we have, following the Queen, we have the King of Cups. So, really, there is a heck of an emphasis here on emotional intelligence this week. And because the King of Cups represents emotional maturity and wisdom and balance. And this is a leader, this king is a leader who uses his intuition and emotions to make sound decisions, not afraid to be in touch with his emotions, very composed, very empathetic, but also has a strong sense of self-control. He's a king. So, that's what this is about, that really strong sense of self-control, but allows himself to be open to his intuition and to his emotions, as if they're really good things to have in his life, because they are. So the King of Cups indicates that wisdom, emotional maturity and guidance are really important energies in your life right now. And it's the card reflects your ability, say, to get a job done properly, or that that you're aware of the facts, and that tolerance and self-discipline will create the change that you seek. But to allow all of that to come in. Now, it could also indicate that, that there's a new stabilizing force. So there may be someone in authority that is having a powerful influence over you, in a good way. Somebody that's maybe offering you wisdom and, security and good advice. Now, when you put the say, like the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen together, it suggests that there's an emotional and material fulfillment happening, and it's definitely coming your way. And because the Queen of Cups is very much about trusting your gut and your heart, whereas the Ten of Pentacles indicates that your hard work and your dedication are paying off. So the financial stability and fulfillment are coming your way. Now, the Ten of Pentacles is also it's very much about financial stability, and it's also if you are single, this combination is of the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups is suggesting that you may meet somebody who is very emotionally secure and compatible. And compatible with you, and that it will result in a long-term stability and bring happiness into your life. So you know, if you're in a relationship, it also could mean that you're building a strong emotional and financial foundation together. You know, building something towards a strong future for you both. And if you look at the Queen and the King of Cups together, this is like such a powerful representation of a healthy, balanced relationship built on mutual respect. And that's so important, is that mutual respect bit. So it's about understanding each other's emotional needs. And it can also indicate a need to focus on your emotional intelligence and to seek balance in your life. Because, you know, you have to look at where you are right now and see, well, are we looking at, you know, the positive side or the negative side? So, you know, you will be able to tell that yourself. And if you look at the King of Cups and the, say, 10 of Pentacles here together, well, that's creating a powerful synergy too between the emotional and, you know, your emotional world and material success. And it's also indicating a deep sense of personal fulfillment and satisfaction within your life. So together, they suggest a deep sense of family harmony and emotional fulfillment. And again, this harmony has to be on your terms. You know, harmony is about mutual respect. You know, not one-sided. It needs to be, you know, on a level field. And because overall, the King of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles there, it's a powerful message of the interplay between the emotional intelligence and the practical success, and how the two are connected and how the two are essential. It's an essential balance for, you know, true personal growth and satisfaction. So it's quite what can I say? Intriguing, curious, thought-provoking, huh? Right, well, I'm going to leave this as our reading for this week. And if it resonates with you, do leave me a message. You can also subscribe to this channel to be notified for the next reading. And if you would like to know more, you can book a private reading with me. You'll find my email address in the description of the video. So lovely people, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week.